Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation on Interlanguage. Through this presentation we're going to discuss what Interlanguage is. We're going to talk a little bit about errors and we're going to check some examples of some students. And finally we're going to conclude some things. First of all, we need to understand what interlanguage is. Interlanguage is a system in which the transfer of linguistic traits from the native speaker language to the second language happens. This is most commonly found in speaking and writing on the non-native speaker. There are some characteristics of the interlanguage phenomenon that we should mention. Interlanguage phenomenon, it's a system itself. It's different from L1 and L2. It also means that it can stop develop things in any moment of the development stages. Other point we have to take into account is that errors are not the same as mistakes. Calder distinguishes systematic errors from non-systematic ones. And this process is very important because it distinguishes errors from mistakes. The errors indicate that the individual is using an internal language system. A mistake is something that happens once in a while or might happen to anyone even if he is a native speaker. According to some studies, the errors are classified into three types: interlingual errors, intralingual errors, and development errors. Now let us show you some errors in learning language. Facilization is a phenomenon of second language acquisition, in which second language learners improve and hold a linguistic system. Their own language becomes a habit. We can find temporary facilization and permanent facilization.
The use of interlingual is an approximation of the learner to the goal language, and the borrowing of some words of the first language is an actuation situation because the word that the learner use depends on the situation. So here we can find the first mistake, that is a grammar mistake, when she wrote cousin and when she wrote the color white. Then there is a development error because she wrote and, but when she continues learning English, she won't repeat that word because she learned punctuation and she can use comma. So here we can find three kinds of mistakes. The first one is an interlingual error where he wrote, I want to be an inventor and invent things. Then a communication strategy because he don't know how to use the word inventar, so he wrote invent because it sounds similar. And then an interlingual because he wrote fin as a verb. He used an Spanish word for saying and, so he used e. Here we can find two mistakes. The first one is a syntactical transfer because he wrote the car is best. In Spanish it would sound el carro es mejor. But in English he had to use the word the car is the best. Also he used overgeneralization because he wrote is 4 times.
Now we're going to show you some conclusions. Thank you for watching and see you next time.